Yo, what is up guys, and welcome to InfernoKun here with my teaser breakdown for the second episode of The Walking Dead Michonne, titled Give No Shelter. So, I'm going to be breaking down the episode 2 teaser, but remember, Telltale usually don't use every single scene in their teaser, and this could actually change when it comes to the release of episode 2, but you know, it's coming out next month, so we'll see whenever that happens. So I've also gathered a couple comments about, you know, some theories and predictions on what's going to happen in episode 2, so we'll see what happens and we'll go into the teaser. So I'm going to play it first and then I'll break it down.
We all got demons, honey. And I seen some fucked up shit in my time. But you're a whole different animal. Caged up, just itching to get out. I seen it in your eyes. You're a killer. That's what you do.
You don't know what I can do.
Alright, so in the teaser we have basically Randall kind of just commentating over the scenes that are happening right now, which I will speak on in the end of the video. But anyways, let's go ahead and go on to basically what's happening. We have Michonne just cutting up a walker to get rid of the arms and the mouth to make a cow catcher. That's what Jane called it in season 2. And moving on from that, you can see her actually using these cow catchers to not actually draw attention to herself and Samantha. Pretty much what she did in the comics, TV show, and what Jane did in season 2. It keeps the walkers off of, you know, Michonne and Samantha, but also removing the desire for those two walkers behind them to not want to bite them, because they actually can't, because their mouth is basically gone. So that's my explanation for why she does that, and basically people who don't know about Michonne or don't remember that in season 2, but that's pretty much why she does that. And pretty much what else you can grab from this scene is that, you know, Michonne and Samantha are alone outside, probably away from the little dock area community place that, you know, Norma and Randall own. So yeah, probably Michonne and Samantha get separated from everybody else, you know, Michonne away from Pete. So that's what I can grab from that. Moving on, we have basically Michonne carrying Samantha. She's all just, you know, drowsed out, and coming up to a gate with a person peeking behind it. Michonne looking mad, they're looking mad, and I'm sure at this point Michonne is looking for somewhere to just keep Samantha safe, to actually patch her up if she is in some kind of pain or something like that. But I'll get to that later on, because, you know, give no shelter. There's some shelter behind the gate. It could be, and we'll see about that. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on. We have basically laying down Samantha once again, and by her facial expression, she is in the most pain. And somebody else runs up to go ahead and, I guess, help out. Not entirely sure what Michonne has in her hand, but, you know, let's get on the point of Samantha now. I don't really personally see any blood anywhere, so, you know, if she's been bitten, if she just took, you know, a sprained ankle, because that happens a lot, you know, in The Walking Dead. But from what I've kind of gathered from episode 1 is Samantha, she shakes a lot. She shakes, and whenever she's aiming a gun at Pete and Michonne, she starts shaking. Now, I thought of two things that could actually happen. Okay, one, she's scared. I mean, obviously when you're scared, you start shaking, but by her facial expression, by how she demanded, you know, Michonne just, you know, just leave them alone, she didn't display much fear. But my second theory is that she's a druggie. She's a druggie, and she has, you know, some kind of addiction to some kind of drug that makes her shaky, because she hasn't really been getting that drug that she's addicted to. So that's what I'm thinking. You know, it could be, you know, her suffering from withdrawal from some drug, or it could just be her probably in pain from some kind of injury. but we'll see whenever it comes to that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next image. We have a Michonne all bloody. We have Pete once again meeting back up with him and Samantha in the background as well. Michonne looking very angry, but of course Pete and Samantha looking very scared. So Michonne might be doing something uncalled for that causes, you know, Pete and Samantha to look worried about her. She's covered in blood, whether that be walker blood or actual human blood, because, you know, we have Randall in the background talking about how Michonne's a killer, and that's what she does. So it will be interesting if it's linked with her little emotional state because of her children, and it's kind of just making her go down this dark path of her actually just, you know, killing people or something like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next little section here. We have of Michonne basically digging a grave or something like that. So only person I can actually think of that being is of course Samantha, because she's like the only obvious choice, because she's in the teaser and she's somewhat getting friendly with Michonne in a way. So that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it could be somebody else that we meet and kind of get closer to, but we all know it's not going to be like somebody like Pete, because, you know, he is the comic book character. But anyways, moving on to the next scene, we have of Randall all bloody and him finishing his speech about how Michonne is this killer, and, you know, that kind of just links up to him being tied up and all bloodied up, whether that's up to Michonne. But moving on to the next one, we have, of course, Michonne with the hammer. So, you know, it could be her just like torturing Randall, because why not? I mean, she could have, because she was kind of sick of him actually, and in the boat she was not dealing with him, and yeah, so that could be what's going on here. It would be cool, you know, just going through this killer, or just, you know, this like Madden version of Michonne actually taking some of her anger out on a actual living person. You know, it's something that Michonne did in the comics, you know. Not gonna describe what she did, you know, just gonna say, you know, governor, okay? Anyways, let's go ahead and go to my couple of comments. Don't have many. We're gonna go through comments of people who I wanted to go ahead and basically just add on to my topic right here, which is the teaser. So anyways, comment from Gamer Percy. We have Michonne's daughters will be much scarier. So obviously Michonne gets reminded of her daughters in every single way, and I guess the point of this miniseries is to basically get over, you know, what happened, and trying to get her daughters to stop haunting her and just kind of understand what happened and what went on and why she's like this because of what happened to her daughters and everything else. So it's basically like getting over that fear of being reminded of her daughters over and over again. It could get much worse, where she has, you know, some deeper hallucinations and even larger tangents and stuff like that. It could happen. So that is going to be one of the interesting parts, seeing how Michonne copes with her loss. So let's go ahead and move on to the next comment we have from I'm gonna just call you Walsh. So you say, I don't think Randall killed all the people on the boat. He gets tied up in the same way the Walker was tied up on the mob jack. So it could be Sam getting revenge, or the people who actually killed the crew of the mob jack. Alright, so that one's interesting because, you know, meeting Randall, of course he is a dick, and Norma as well, but they were looking out for the community and trying to get their supplies back. So would Randall actually go as far as to basically kill the people who were on the mob jack and stuff like that? You know, I mean, he didn't have any beef with, you know, Samantha and Greg and Michonne and everything else. They were just trying to get their supplies back. So obviously Sam said, oh, you know, Randall killed those people on the boat and everything else, and that's what she did. She blamed their deaths on Randall and everybody else there. So it's pretty much like trust who at this point, because Sam said that Randall killed them, but then Norma was like, oh, you know, blaming everything on us and everything else. So it's kind of like, you know, who to trust at this point and who did what. So pretty much an interesting one there. Anyways, so go ahead and move on to the next comment from Final Days Coming, saying they are pulling walkers by rope, so maybe it's punishment for causing trouble, and maybe they chose that time to escape and Sam gets shot on the way out. Now, Sam getting shot is a high possible thing, but, you know, whenever I talked about her pulling the walkers back in the other time in the video before, you know, at the beginning of the video, that's because, you know, that's the cow catcher thing. So, you know, that's pretty much it there. So, thank you guys for watching the video, my teaser breakdown for episode 2. Looking forward to episode 2 of Walking Dead Michonne. Hopefully it will be longer and better and way more awesome while we wait for just this to feel our Walking Dead up until season 3 starts. So anyways, thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy, thumbs up the video, it helps out a lot, and subscribe for more. I'm InfernoKun, and I will catch you all next time on The Walking Dead.